What's happening? Andy here. I am joined today by Anthony Ski of Keypoint Intelligence. How are you today, Anthony?
Great, Andy. How are you doing?
I am great. What's happening? You are down in New Jersey on Route 46. I know the area very well. You're in the BLI headquarters, Buyers Lab headquarters, and you are the new president and CEO of Buyers Lab.
Yes, very excited. I've known Buyers Lab. I started in the copier industry, and it used to be the Bible that we used all the time.
It did used to be the Bible. I had that. We all probably had it. Anybody who sold had that book in the trunk of their car. Probably several versions. I may actually still have that book in my car. So you just started, literally just started. I was teasing you before. I'll tease you again. You got nothing on your walls yet. I mean, you just, within the last week or so. And you're down in Fairfield, and I joked about it, but that's my old stomping ground. We actually had an office right down the street from where you guys are located, doing similar stuff. So BLI, where you're located, is the test lab arm of Keypoint Intelligence. So why don't you, before we get into your background and talk about that, tell me a little bit about who is Keypoint Intelligence, who is Buyers Lab. I'm sure most people watching know, but for anyone new or who doesn't know or isn't familiar, give us the lowdown. Who are you?
Yeah, so I think everybody knows it through Buyers Lab. Info Trends came together and formed Keypoint Intelligence. For me, it's a storied 60-year history. So there's a lot of background here. I know it from BLIQ, the comparisons, the product configurator. There's many great features. The lab is award-winning, second to none. And it's a great feeling because I grew up in this industry. This is all I know. And to be in such a prestigious company is an honor. It really is. It's something that I'm looking forward to leading. I'm just looking to bring new ideas, thoughts, products, but I would say that when you're looking at state-of-the-art research, analytics, there's second to none when it comes to Keypoint.
So you guys, product testing, office equipment, everything from desktop printers up to what types of equipment?
We do all the way up to production printing, so A3, A4. It's interesting in the lab, we'll do competitive side by side. We'll do a lot of customized testing for different manufacturers. And we're looking for the feedback of different dealers, manufacturers, of what they'd like us to see to continue and even add on new features in the future. So
shifting gears a little bit, so that's the testing part, that's the Buyers Lab, and that's, I think that's probably what most of the field, the people out in the street, the sales guys and girls, women out there, very familiar with BLI, I would think, if you've been selling, you've used their services in one way or another, or had them used against you.
Right.
Info Trends was something that was acquired a few years ago, and then because of the name change to Keypoint, that one kind of went away a little bit. And so tell us, remind us all what goes on the research arm. What do you guys look at? What types of studies are done by those people? Randy is still running it. I'm sure my friend Randy Dazzo.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
So, give us some background on Info Trends and what they bring to the table for a company like Keypoint, and what is that all about?
I think, to me, all of the research analytics forecasts, right? So I think people look at it for forecast. What is the market going to do? What specific this product segmentation is going to do? I think, you get a pandemic, it throws everybody for a loop of what's going on and try to project what the new normal will be, right? I think we're starting to see slowly people coming back into offices, and we find that, I think, to me, copies are coming back, people are coming back, but overall, what is it going to look like? So, if you have a hybrid work environment going forward, and I've said this to a couple of people, and who knows where it goes, but even if people work 1 day a week from home, that's 20% of your work week. So, how does that affect the industry? And that's something that's really important. I've talked to a lot of OEMs about that, a lot of mega dealers about it. And I think that where you start seeing a shift into what other recurring revenue streams can we get into? And I think that that's what we can help them with, the research of what does it make sense of info trends, to kind of the old info trends, to get that information in their hands to make educated decisions.
So info trends, they were around for years. They were actually, what was it, Cap Ventures before that? I remember.
Yes, exactly right.
It's been bought a few times and always
Yeah.
grown and grown. And so you're at the point now where it's folded into a testing organization. So now you guys are offering kind of both sides of the table, something that I think is it's pretty unique, I would say, especially in
Yep.
our world. So do you have plans? Are you working towards other industries? Are you focused on strictly office equipment hardware? Are you doing testing and analysis in some of the peripheral industries? I know, obviously print management, something that would fit right in. Managed services, other things that, some of the dealers and resellers we work with are interested in. Are you guys either currently working on or considering expansion in other areas?
Yeah, so definitely, right? So that is something that we're currently are not involved in, but I have a pretty extensive background over the last couple of years in managed IT. So it's become a passion for me, between cyber security, ransomware attacks. I just read something to someone that they estimate total cyber costs by 2025 will be $10.5 trillion.
Oh my gosh.
So just think of that for a second. That's all in costs. But I think with that is huge opportunities. So for me, I think if you're doing research, and I know a lot of mega dealers, I know a lot of dealers, the OEMs, everybody has made or trying to make the transition over to managed IT. Now, managed IT is very broad, right? For me, I'll just give you an example, Andy. Like I'm thinking like an endpoint security software, there's many of them. So if we did the analysis in the lab and did the comparison of all of the different ones, did the ratings, put awards out, and then informational studies, and then we gave the trend analysis to people, I think many dealers, manufacturers would be interested in it, just like they are with the A3, A4 arena. Another thing that intrigues me is UCAS, right? I think with the pandemic, UCAS has definitely taken off. And for people who don't know the acronym, it's Unified Communication as a Service. So I think if you're looking at Zoom, Teams, 8x8, Ring Central, Jive, whatever one it is, I think testing those and giving the pros and cons of all of those, plus the research is, I think, would be hugely valuable to the print community. But to your previous point, I just want to mention that we are looking to expand outside of just print. Print is our foundation, will never change. But I also think that if you think of how many MSPs out there, 25 to 50,000 MSPs, that's a growing market. With the numbers I just said, why wouldn't you look at that?
Sure.
And with UCAS, the way that has grown, because that went from something, if you think before the pandemic, did you even hear of Microsoft Teams? Now everybody is using that or Zoom, and that whole platform and 8x8 and Ring Central and so many others. So I think there's huge opportunities for us to get into similar areas and adding a lot of value to our clients.
So I could see that. I could definitely see, value of moving into some areas where, they could use some guidance. But you alluded to a couple of things, and I wanted to, before I let you go, one of the reasons to have you on is maybe kind of fill the viewers in on your background. We've got some common name tags between us, as from what you were saying before. So give us some background on the start, where you've been, and how'd you wind up there?
Yeah, so this is all I know, right? So I started as a copier salesperson a long time ago, similar to you, I believe.
Yeah.
And but I sold Sharp and Panasonic, yes, Panasonic, Fuzzy Logic. They made copy machines. So
Panasonic made good copy machines back in the day.
Yep. So that's how I got my start. Worked there for 10 years. So very familiar. I grew up in the dealer community. I went to Icon, worked there for a
Yeah, I was
number
there
of
too.
years again, right? Similar. Then I went to the manufacturer route. I worked for Xerox for a number of years. I was very fortunate to run New England for Xerox, and then went over to Sharp. Very, very fortunate to run the direct operations there. And that was so much fun. Enjoyed that. Over the last year and a half, I worked with a great dealer, LDI, and Jerry Blaine and Paul
Yeah, I
Schwartz
know
and those
Jerry.
guys. And,
Great company.
yeah, great people. And this opportunity presented itself. And I just felt like with my industry experience of both dealers and OEMs, that I could add a lot of value to our overall industry. And I'm so excited about doing it, right? I do need to get some stuff on the walls. I'm
Yeah, you
noticing
do have to
that,
get
you
some
know,
stuff
like,
on the walls.
I'm only here 5 days, but it is looking a little blank on the wall. So, but I'm so excited about what this company can be. You know, when you have a 60-year storied history to build on and you want to expand that, that gets exciting. And I think that there's so many opportunities, and, you know, looking even outside of print and outside of proliferary, we're looking at like visual reality and AI. So there's a lot that can be done, I think, with our organization. I will just tell you this, in the 5 days, I'm sitting down with 30 minutes per employee to get to know them, which is something I've done in a lot of organizations. And the people here are outstanding. They are dedicated, hardworking, great people, and looking to just add some fresh ideas and new direction to the company.
I'm laughing to myself because I probably know more of them than you do at this point.
Yeah, that's probably a very true
Yes, and
statement.
Carl and Randy, and just, you have a good team there. You have very good people. It is, a tribute to all the changes you've had over the years that you've been able to keep. Not that you kept them, but
Yeah.
the company's kept a really good core of people there, and some of them have been there forever. So, I think you're in a good spot. I'm excited to see what you do with it, and I really appreciate you taking time out of your schedule to sit down with me today and just kind of tell me what's happening at BLI and Keypoint. So this was great, and look forward to seeing you hopefully at probably Kyocera coming up, or BTA's got something coming up in August. So hopefully we'll run into each other at one of these shows.
Yep, I'll definitely be at BTA, and look forward to it. And Andy, thank you so much. I really do appreciate you
Great
having
seeing
me
you again,
on.
Anthony. We'll talk soon.
Hey, have a
Take
great
care.
day.
Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye.